Okay, I have a confession. I've started this book before but couldn't finish it. And honestly, this happens with a lot of self-help books. Like, I used to pick up this book with so much of excitement, curiosity. Like, all the peoples are everywhere reading this book. And I'm like, okay, what is there inside the book that makes people so much stuck, overwhelmed, and they are just obsessed with this book? Sounds amazing. Somewhere along the way, the life happens, the motivation drops, and boom, the book sits there unfinished. This year, I'm challenging myself to read 5 most self-help books that I've always wanted to read, and I have picked up also those books, but couldn't ever finish. Krishna, this is Bubbly, and welcome to my channel, The Bookish Bubbly. So basically, I'm gonna tell you that why. And being honest, I have went through each of them, with the sight of curiosity and just a baby sitting there out of no knowledge that okay, what these books are gonna teach me, but this year I'm gonna do it anyhow. And I and like we are the people who just cannot read self-help books. You know what the main reasons of self-help books are? That they are not exciting. Okay, until and unless like we didn't want to interest it, like we didn't want to get into the word that what they are trying to say, because self-help books are more of a kind of boring, we can say. They don't have any sort of pictures, they don't have any sort of imagination. Stuck, lost, or overwhelmed, these books are basically gonna help you in out your every frame. These are the books which I actually needed, and I think that you might be needing. In this video, I'm gonna tell you that why I pick up this book again, and why I'm gonna recommend it to you again, and why and how this book gonna actually change us the way we think. Let's get into it. Now, what if I told you that out of these books, one of the books gonna change your mindset, the way you think. Few pages gonna change your mindset, gonna change your productivity, gonna change your entire lifestyle. Just basic habits. Just by taking few basic habits. That sounds great, right? Well, that's exactly what the greatest minds of all the people believe. Elon Musk swears to shape his knowledge by reading. Oprah calls her book ultimately the superpower. Naval Ravikant, who is one of the greatest of all the time, who says reading is the best way of cheat code. Reading is a cheat code to life. So I've decided in February not to make this year from this month to make the self-help. That's the reason I am promising myself and challenging myself, giving a commitment to myself to read 6 self-help books that I started and I couldn't finish it. Okay, so after that they are just looking at me and I am just looking at him. So this year I'm gonna read all of them, so that these books can change the way I think, I act, my like my mindset towards the things which I am procrastinating, all the way which I can improve, and why you should do it too. At the end of this video, you will get to know that which book you should gonna start it first, that basically suits your life, what is right now. So the first book which I would definitely recommend you is that Don't Believe Everything You Think. Like basically our thoughts, our imaginations, we have been lied to ourselves. In facts, they are just overthinking and they are ruining our life. If you think it closely, 90% of our daily thoughts has been repetitive of what we have been, like thinking the previous day, and that's the facts. Now, why to read this? If you feel negativity, like you are stuck in your thoughts, your anxiety, then this book is gonna basically help you to detach from your toxicity in your life. Inspired by Tortism, inspired by Ichkar Torse and Stoicism, it explains that happiness isn't about changing your life, but changing about the way you think about life. How to stop your overthinking. It shows how to stop your overthinking, your calm your mind to unlock your clarity. Now, for whose this book is basically. So if you have been spiraled by your thought, or you have been perplexed by your thought at 2 a.m., this book is basically for you, because I have been stuck in that loophole. And this book is basically a wake up call for you and I. Think of this book as a mental reset. If you think this book as your mental reset button, if you think that you didn't know you need it, you will basically feel relaxed after reading this book, because the facts are written so precisely, so articulately manner, that after reading this book you will think that how we have been living in all the dilemma of our life, that our thoughts aren't just real, they are just our imagination, and basically they are called our overthinking. The second book in my bucket list is Almanack of Navi Ravikant. Now, what if I told you that money, happiness, freedom aren't just separate goals, but they are basically one goal, but why one to read it? This book is basically about Naval Ravikant's life, philosophy, his wealth, his financial freedom. He basically teaches you about leveraging and decision making. Financial freedom, he basically teaches you about leveraging your financial freedom, your decision making. And if you want a peace in your life, this book will basically tell you that why happiness is not a skill but a goal. Whose book is this for? So basically, if you want to get separated from society, the way they have been thinking, work hard, trap or retired trap or rat race, this book is basically your shortcut to your long term game. Warren Buffett reads 500 books a day and Naval Ravikant reads 100 books a day. Can you see the pattern? Let's move on. Let's start with 1% to get into the race, that not even 100 or 500, because a biggest milestone step with one single stone. So basically that tells you about comes the next book is our the third book is basically the third book's come is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I've started this book, I've read 2 to 3 chapters of it, and I'm very glad and I can proudly say that I have started implementing it in 2024, and that literally helped me. Like, they were just as smooth as butter. And this book is basically gonna tell you that you don't have to take a milestone in one single step, but to get into there you have to take a single step to get into there. Basically the 1% rule, the 80/20 this is about motivation, it's about system. And if you want to be consistent, this book is basically your mentor. Struggle to stay consistent, this book is basically your manual. James Clear has read all the athletes performers to basically tackle the technique, that how they people used to get there, and with the one major, like, I cannot say major, the one minor steps lead to their destination. And every little thing matters, from waking up to getting into your bed to your phone, from your surrounding and everything. This book literally change the lifestyle you be, and this will basically proves you in your daily productivity. This will increase how to hack your brain, break your bad habits, and unstoppable momentum in your life to create it. This book is for. So basically, if you have set a goal in your life but couldn't get there and you have failed, so this is for you and me. This book will gonna change the game for your life, because success is not a game but it's your daily system. With this, coming back to our fourth book is that Psychology of Money. Money isn't about calculating maths, but it's about your behavior. And this book will actually gonna tell you, and like, pressurize you to calculate each and every financial spending which you have done unnecessarily and where you have done it. It will pressurize you to rethink each and every financial decision which you have ever taken right now, say till now. So what's this reads for? Wealth is about, earning more, but Housel says that we think wealth is about earning more, but Housel says that it's about the reaction we or the behavior we take it towards money. It's about making choices. And he will also tell you and ask you that if you want to really be rich or you are rich, there is a vast difference. There's his life lessons and lessons from his book from Warren Buffett, that how with his build his wealth not by luck but with his patience and his mastermind. Basically whose this book is for. So if you want to get into a 1% of the person without even just show off or to look cool or rich without even spending a single money of it, how you actually can be, and even without spending your money or falling into the trap of inflation, read this. Now, with this, we are coming to our fifth book, which is The Art of Thinking Clearly. We used to make mistakes, and this book basically reminds us of how, even without realizing our mistake, this book beautifully tells you that how we have been doing our mistakes and exposes to our true self. Try to read this. Doppler basically tells you about Like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett, even without falling into the trap, avoiding mental traps. He breaks down 99 cognitive bases that tricks us to making bad choices. This book is for. If you want to stop taking impulsive decisions or you want to stop your bad habits and irrational decision, this book is basically for you because I've been doing a lot of time. Even the decision which I used to took 2 months ago, I still feel regretted by this. So basically, they are not just because of our mind but just because of our day-to-day life that we have scrolling through the media or the books our surrounding. Like with this generation we have been detaching from our own self. Those are basically the things of our daily life, and this book will really help you with that thing. And the English is also like basic. All these books, the level of English are basics which you can afford it to read it at least 2 to 3 pages per day. When I started with self-help books, I still remember I read 1.5 pages the first day because that makes me so sick. And start with the books that really makes you interesting, and I hope that till now you have felt with the books that are matching your personalities or where basically you are in your position of your life to start with the books which you have been. Coming to our sixth book, that basically a sequel of the two books, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Maxson. These two books are basically, I started and I felt so bored with it because I really didn't even know that what this book is for. So forget toxic positivity. These books are reality check. Like trust me, you will start, you just start with one chapter, you get into the content, you read the things which that makes interest you. You will literally get a reality check from your life which you have been living and how beautifully he has expressed himself from his own personal life. Teaches that happiness isn't about actually choosing, about happiness isn't about actually having everything, but it's about the choosing about what we really want. Johnson teaches that happiness isn't about having everything, but it's about choosing what actually matters. Self-help books on his head and gives us the best advice that why we should read book it. Is this for? So if you are someone who really overthink, overcare, or overreact, over worry, or you think that what people will think too much, this book is basically for you because there are a lot of decisions which we are, like we have the decisions we are gonna take it, but we always have a back at that mind that what people will say. This book will definitely give you a reality check that the life is just a phase of 30 to 40 years, and why you should pressurize yourself to do the thing which you should, which you wanted to do. Like I have been doing this, I've started my YouTube channel, I've been doing the things which I've always wanted to do, and I still think that I have been procrastinating this particular thing with the thoughts of what people will think because of some of my inner thoughts. We live in a society where we are bound to think that what people used to think. Okay, so which are the books you are gonna read it first? Out of this, I think that I'm gonna start with The Art of Thinking Clearly because I need it so, and I hope that till now you have got your answer. I want to start this year with better thinking and to better habits, better decisions. These books are the cheat codes. Comment down the books which you are excited to read it for, and if you ever have went through any of these books, love to listen to you from your own experience. And hey, if you love books, self-help books, and books like me, like Bubbly, I make it, hit the subscribe button. We are diving into even more game-changing books, and I am well prepared with the books which I wanted to read this year, and I'm so excited for it to share it with you all and to make this year of 2025 a game-changing book or a year, and to make 2025 a game changing year for me. And I'm gonna finish every single book which I ever wanted to read it, and I would share it with you all. So thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, stay and happy reading. Until next time, happy reading. And one more thing, if you have any sort of books which you want to suggest is to me, do tell me. I would love to read it and give you a review. Thank you.